Hi everyone, how's it going? Brian from GoFries here over from Malaysia. Nice to meet all of you, and the topic of today is as what you see in the title. So over the past weeks, there's been a lot of hoo-ha about what AMD has presented, which is the third generation Ryzen and the Navi, and then Navi being the graphics card. But I've also seen things like various things that people are saying nasty things about AMD. For example, someone did some reputable, maybe not, I don't know. Some of you may find him reputable. I won't put the name here now. It's not nice. But then this certain respectable figure mentioned that he lost respect to AMD, which I can't agree on that, because how can you lose respect towards a company that just announced their products? You can't just lose respect towards a company based on your speculations. The product has yet to reach the market, and what's there not to respect on what AMD has done? You see, when the first generation Ryzen was launched, they put something really great into the market that even Intel had to change their processors suddenly from 4 i3, i5, i7. They have all changed to have more cores, more threads, whatever else. They placed something that changed the game. It's AMD has been known to be a debt-ridden company, a much smaller company compared to Intel and Nvidia, and they have products that already took Intel down, and they're giving quite a good fight towards Nvidia. Of course, this is something that you can argue about. Over in Malaysia, it's an Nvidia game, hands down. But in other countries like Europe, US, AMD actually fares pretty well, at least from my observation and what I've gathered from friends around. They have good prices and offerings. So hence, let's say, mad respect to AMD for what they've done, bringing better technology to the market, things that we really can appreciate and use. Definitely kudos to AMD for that. Now to my second point, some people said that the price for the third generation is too high compared to what? I also don't know. They are just saying that it's too high. But if you look at this diagram that I'm showing you now, the price of the third generation Ryzen is like the first generation Ryzen, the highest SKU being at 499 US. But this time on the third generation Ryzen, the 499 US unit is a Ryzen 9. It has 12 cores, 24 threads, and let's not forget that being a third generation Ryzen, it also has precision boost. It does a lot better than the first generation Ryzen. It comes with PCIe Gen 4 support, and it even comes with higher memory support. So what more could you ask for? This is unlike Intel. Over the years, they had been giving very marginal upgrade yet raising the price. So kudos to AMD for that one as well. And then there's also this argument that some people say that the top SKU should be at the 499 price point, which is the 3950X. Well, sad to say, this argument, in my opinion, is moot, because the 3950X is not available on 7 July when the rest are available. So no, even if it is available at that time, to price it at 499, that doesn't make sense. You have it's a 16 core 32 threads processor. So it has 33% more cores and threads than the other Ryzen 9. So, and it's priced 50% more, which I think is justifiable, simply because every other product, whether it's graphics cards, processor, whatever, even motherboards, the price to performance, the value usually diminishes. Means even for graphics cards, higher price with lesser performance gains. Generally, I mean, this is how things are in the tech when it comes to PC components. I'm sure you know. But so I think the 3950X is justifiable, and it releases in September. So let's leave it at that. And then lastly, okay, before that, talking about even if the 3950X is priced at $499, it will screw up the whole pricing structure of not just the third generation but even the existing second generation. I don't know. I mean, you guys are strange. Those people who think that the 3950X should be at $499. Basically, you are saying that AMD should be a charity organization, give everything really cheap, not profiting, and in the end, when all things go back, you'll probably be the ones that argue that they should have put more effort and money, everything into R&D. So either way, it's wrong for you guys. I have no idea what you guys are thinking. Economically speaking, I mean, don't you want the company you support to have some profit so that they can bring better products to you? If ever they pull some funny games like not wanting to be better with their products, you can choose not to buy them unless there's no competition. Well, we'll just have to hope Intel comes back with that. So now that aside, fourth point, Navi. Again, people are already bashing Navi. Why? This is what I don't understand. Famous tech tubers are already predicting that the Navi will fail. Now, to me, this does not make sense. See, it's for you to prevent, but to be such a naysayer, I think it's not fair as well. The product isn't even in the market yet. The price is SRP. We don't know the prices for the AIBs, what they can deliver. Even the performance could actually be better by the time it releases, which is like about 2 weeks from now. The thermals could actually be better as well. We don't know. It could be actually. Then jumping the gun on Navi to me is just something that I don't think us techies should do, because to me the right approach is to judge based on the product. Once it gets to our hands, like this fellow here, this is a Radeon 7. So we'll decide on how good anything performs when the product gets to our hands, and even our opinions. I'm sure everyone will have their opinion. Your opinions vary because price varies. There's the Radeon 7 here, to what I know, retails about 3,000 plus, which is a RTX 2080 range. Whether or not it's of good value, you have to check out my upcoming video. But that aside, my point is, being a techie, we should judge products when they reach our hands, not based on speculations, because speculations are often incorrect. Your brain is not a benchmarking software. Your brain you do not know how the system works. You can predict. You can base on it should have some IPC increase. But ultimately, every software is designed differently, and like this the new third generation Ryzen, it's new. It's not like the first generation Ryzen. It's even the second generation Ryzen was a refresh of the original Zen architecture, but this is Zen 2. That's why even for the price that I shown you earlier, I used the first and the third generation because they are two different architectures. Unlike the second generation Ryzen, the 2000 series, which is a refresh of the first generation Ryzen. So again, it's not something that we can just say outright based on our head. We can best guess, but to me it will still be inaccurate because we are limited. We need to go based on facts. And then there's this last thing that I want to talk about, is about the news saying that AMD does not want to be the budget option anymore, something along the lines of that. I'll link it to the article in the comment section, which is to Tom's Hardware. So now many people misunderstood this by thinking that by saying so, it means AMD wants to charge more. And to make it worse, it's actually not AMD who said it, it's actually MSI's CEO who said it. And this is not a direct word from AMD, but from someone else. But even so, it is totally an understandable move who wants to stay as a budget option forever? You see, AMD has always provided value to us. I've been using AMD since 2-digit megahertz models, and if you remember models like the Athlon XP 1700 Plus, which is using the Thoroughbred B model, it overclocks so well, it matches the performance of Intel processors that are of a much higher price tag. So that was good, no doubt. And as you move along, right, AMD should really be seen as an equal alternative rather than the, hey, you got no money, you go for that option. It's not nice being the cheaper person, because after a long while it does leave a negative impression. It makes it look like if you have the money, go for Intel. If not, go for AMD. AMD is a cheaper option. They're cheaper, and some people may have some logic to think that it's cheaper, maybe because it's of inferior quality, and so on and so forth. So it's totally understandable that it is that AMD wants to position themselves higher. And if ever they did, I mean, let's not forget that this is you can browse the details in the article. I'll link it down in the description. The details are there. You guys should just read that and understand that before jumping the gun saying that AMD wants to raise their price and everything. And speaking of the board, some of you are thinking the X570 boards, why are they so expensive? My goodness, come on. This is a board that supports the new generation processor. It has PCIe Gen 4 together with it. It has far beefy coolers. It has better design power faces. You guys should have a look at it. Now, if you, I saw so many of them. You guys should look at my Computex videos. I'll get the cards. If you're viewing this on YouTube, the cards will be appearing. I've seen the ASRock models, I've seen the MSI models, I've seen the Asus ROG models, I've seen the Aorus models. I was there, I touched them. And as if it's not enough, I can show you, I have a bunch of boards all over my lab. Boxes, I have B350s, X370s, B450s, X470s. I have X399s too. And I can tell you that the X570 boards that I saw looked and felt great. Even for, okay, I admit that, even let's take ASRock for example. I remember them the most. They do have the lower end X570, for example, like their Pro 4, their Steel Legend and Steel Legend Pro 4, all those, their lower tiers. Okay, fair enough. Those don't look that great. Likely they are not going to be that expensive as well. But the X570 models like the Aqua Limited Edition, and there's Phantom Gaming, then there's their creator. MSI has their own creator, MSI has their Mac, Asus ROG, no doubt, good stuff, solid build. And there's the Aorus. Needless to say, Aorus series, if you see my video, also solid stuff. So it is understandable if these boards are priced higher because of the tech involved, the better build quality, the better coolers and everything else, and even the unnecessary things like two 8-pin CPU connectors and super a lot of power faces that even maybe the Ryzen 9 3950X wouldn't even be using. So understandable, right? So let's put this to rest. If you're not willing to pay for the X570, you can always go with the X470, go get a used model, or even the B450, they'll work. I mean, just don't assume that all Ryzen 3s will not work. AMD says it will work. Furthermore, the Ryzen 3 is supposed to be Ryzen 3rd generation. Because furthermore, Ryzen 3rd generation, many of them are not that power hungry. TDP looks good. We'll just have to wait for the reviews to test out the power draw. And then not everything is a power hungry model. There are like those like Ryzen. There's a Ryzen 7 3700X, which is, it has a TDP of 65 watts, so the actual power draw shouldn't be that far. Same, there's also the Ryzen 5 and the Ryzen 3 models of the 3000 series. Plenty capable for the B450s and the X470s, even for the B350s to handle. I will surely be putting some things on my B350 board, like my ASRock B350 Gaming K4. So, right, I don't think paying. I mean, if you really need to use those PCIe Gen 4 lanes, then I think you should very well pay for it. After all, technology comes at a price. So, alright, that's it for my ranting. Maybe I should do more of this kind of video, I don't know. But thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Do subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And do leave your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Alright, so that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.